Hi guys, welcome back to Linda's Pantry. And today I am making cream cheese cookies. What? Yes, they are melt in your mouth delicious. They literally just melt away, and it's a combination of sweet and tangy vanilla. They're delicious. Super easy. Literally it takes no time to get them prepped. The only thing is you do have to refrigerate them for an hour after you've put the dough together. So let's get over here and make some cookies. You want to? Oh, I'm so excited about this one. And they're not high in calories. I think they're about 70 calories a cookie. So for a sweet little treat, that's not too bad. All right, come on in. Okay, so in a bowl, you're going to get your flour, sugar, all your dry ingredients are going to go into a bowl and we'll whisk them together. So we need 1 3/4 cup of flour. So we want 1 and measure this off. That's actually not, I don't know if I like that. There we go. Okay. 1 3/4 cup. Oh, it's got measurements on the side here, so I can actually get that done in 1 measuring cup. That's nice. And 3/4. Okay, there it is. 1 3/4 cups of flour, and we need to put the lid back on. I'm going to get my sugar. You need the. Sorry, we need the baking powder, the salt, and the flour, not the sugar. Sugar's going to get creamed with the other stuff. So we need a 1/2 teaspoon of baking powder, a 1/2 teaspoon of salt, and you're going to want to make sure that you get that stirred up really good. Whisk that together so you don't have any pockets of salt or baking powder. And the salt just balances everything out really nicely. Okay. And that can get put away. Okay. So you're just going to get that whisk to combine, and we'll just set that aside. I almost doubled this recipe because it is that good. It does make quite a few cookies if you make them the size that I'm going to try to get that together. So now let me bring you in closer and we'll look at our wet ingredients. Your stand mixer, you're going to need your butter and your cream cheese. Ooh, look at that. And I've got the paddles, the cookie paddles. These are the Pro cookie paddles for the Bosch. And I think they're still on sale. There's a Mother's Day sale going on right now. Ooh, I don't want to miss out on that cream cheese. So get that wiped off. There you go. And we need your butter, and you want to make sure that you cream this together really well. You can use a hand mixer, a stand mixer, or in my case, the Bosch mixer. And the Bosch mixer, you could probably do several batches of this cookie. Again, I save my papers, my wrappers. I have a baggie of them in the freezer. And then when I need, I just pull one out if I'm going to grease a casserole dish or anything like that. Actually, later this afternoon, I am making a dessert that I will need to grease the pan. So let's get this whisk or beat together. And get that on. Not that it's going to make a mess, but you know. So we'll get this beat up, and as soon as it's ready to incorporate the sugar and the egg and the vanilla, it looks ready already. Look at that. That looks beautiful. All creamed together, and it's such a pretty color. Okay, I have 1 fresh duck egg, and I'm going to go ahead and break it into that so I don't take a chance of a shell. I don't want any shells in the cookies. And these shells are so tough. They really do put a good hard shell on their eggs. All right, no shells. And look at that beautiful big fat yolk. And because of the water content and the high protein, I think I've told you this before, you're going to get a more moist product in the end. That's just the nature of the beast. So now, oh, and I needed, we're going to measure with our heart, but it's 2 teaspoons roughly of vanilla. If you if you try hard, you can do extra. Okay, now I need a 1 cup of sugar. And you want to make sure your egg is room temperature too. Everything should be on the same playing field, if that makes sense. So 1 cup of granulated sugar. And just so I don't have to dirty up too much, I will go ahead and get another measuring device. That's a 1/2 cup. And here's the other 1/2 cup. All right. These can be put away on the shelf now. And I love the way they stack together. Modular mates are amazing. Okay, let's get this all beat up. Ooh, I guess I should put, just so we don't have any chance of anything happening here, we need to get this all combined first, and then we can add our flour mixture. But ooh, look at that, beautiful. You may have to scrape down a couple times, but don't worry about it. We'll fix it. Not a problem. Let's go ahead and get this so I can scrape it down. Yep, you want to scrape. You don't want to miss out on any of this goodness. And I think in any of the mixers you're going to have to do this, so. And especially since you've got, you know, a stickier product, the cream cheese. It will take a couple minutes to incorporate everything, and you want to make sure you do this now because you don't want to activate the gluten in the flour, so the flour has the least amount of mixing time, if that makes sense to you. Okay, scrape down, make sure we got all this. Okay, and I'm going to mix this for about 5 minutes until we've got a really nice batter. Okay, it is beautiful. It's all creamy and smooth, and we don't have any lumps or bumps. So I'm going to go ahead and put my flour mixture in here and just get this as even as possible. And hold on. Okay, and it's not that much, so it's pretty easy. Now, we definitely want the guard on because, well, for obvious reasons, right? And I just kind of let it incorporate a little bit slower. And if we're going to let that go, we need to put this on as well. Once this is incorporated, it's done and it's ready to be chilled. Okay. And literally, I think it's done. Get that off. Let's see. We're going to come around here. Oh, yeah, look at you. All beautiful. Oh, and this is just a nice batter. Okay. So let's get the paddles out. And this is going to get covered and put in the refrigerator for one hour. Okay. Let's do this. Super easy. Okay, so now this chilled for, well, actually a little over an hour. And we'll take these off. They can get washed. And you want wet hands. So I've got a little water here because this dough is sticky. Ooh, but it's beautiful. I'm going to just take since I don't have a cookie scoop, taking a tablespoon, roughly 2 tablespoons. I don't think they need to be any bigger than that. Roll them into a ball. That's perfect. Okay. And just keep your hands kind of damp. Does that make sense? Okay. Maybe even dunk your utensil, scooping utensil into a water. Oh yeah. About 2 inches apart, roughly. I don't know if this tablespoon thing is helping me at all. I think I'm just going to get a regular spoon. I'll be glad when I have my kitchen back, but it's coming soon. We're making headway here. Every day is a little bit closer to getting the demo work done. Still in the engineering stage. All right, let me get a regular spoon and we'll get this done. Not a problem. Okay, like I said, just about the size you want, because it is sticky. So get some more water on my hands. But it's easier to roll. It's like snickerdoodles. You gotta let them cool. A lot of cookie doughs need you to let it cool. Okay. And here we go. And I'm going to rinse and repeat until I put these in a preheated 375 degree oven. And they will cook for 10 minutes. Approximately 10 minutes. Let's just grab some dough here. And your sides, you know, you want them on parchment paper or a Silpat mat. But the sides will just start to slightly turn brown. Okay. Get this pan finished and in the oven, and I'll bring you back when I'm bringing cookies out of the oven. I'm super excited. I got one more row. All right. Okay, so now this chilled for, well, actually a little over an hour. And we'll take these off. They can get washed. And you want wet hands. So I've got a little water here because this dough is sticky. Ooh, but it's beautiful. I'm going to just take since I don't have a cookie scoop, taking a tablespoon, roughly 2 tablespoons. I don't think they need to be any bigger than that. Roll them into a ball. That's perfect. Okay. And just keep your hands kind of damp. Does that make sense? Okay. Maybe even dunk your utensil, scooping utensil into a water. Oh yeah. About 2 inches apart, roughly. I don't know if this tablespoon thing is helping me at all. I think I'm just going to get a regular spoon. I'll be glad when I have my kitchen back, but it's coming soon. We're making headway here. Every day is a little bit closer to getting the demo work done. Still in the engineering stage. All right, let me get a regular spoon and we'll get this done. Not a problem. Okay, like I said, just about the size you want. because it is sticky. So get some more water on my hands. But it's easier to roll. It's like snickerdoodles. You gotta let them cool. A lot of cookie doughs need you to let it cool. Okay. And here we go. And I'm going to rinse and repeat until I put these in a preheated 375 degree oven. And they will cook for 10 minutes. Approximately 10 minutes. Let's just grab some dough here. And your sides, you know, you want them on parchment paper or a Silpat mat. But the sides will just start to slightly turn brown. Okay. Get this pan finished and in the oven, and I'll bring you back when I'm bringing cookies out of the oven. I'm super excited. I got one more row. All right, I'll be back. Okay, guys, the moment of truth. So the cookies are out of the oven. They're just a really delicate little, you just cook them literally 10 minutes till you see a little brown starting around the edges, and that's it. They don't spread out a lot, as you can see. And I even did less dough for the second round. It didn't even make 2 dozen. So it made 22 cookies, not 28, like the recipe said. So sometimes some of the recipes you get online are a little bit different than what you had planned. But that's okay. Now, my husband already ate one of them. I'm going to try this little guy here. Nice. He's got a nice crispy bottom. Oh, wow. I forgot how good these are. It's a creamy texture. It's so good. It really is a delicious cookie. Sweet, light, melt in your mouth. Not even joking. Whoops, I better put them down. So I'll leave a link to the recipe down below, and you can go check it out. They are worth making. At least I don't have 4 dozen cookies to try to get rid of. Not that that's a problem, but it can be sometimes. You don't want them going stale. This'll be the perfect amount for our lunches, to have a little sweet treat after lunch this week or after dinner. And then, yeah, I can't wait to hear if you've ever made these. Let me know in the comment section. And if you have, do you have a recipe that actually has true measurements on how many you'll get? Because that's a little frustrating when you're planning on it. If it was a cookie exchange, I'd be very disappointed because I wouldn't be able to actually exchange the right amount of cookies. Does that make sense? So it said to do 2 tablespoons, which I did on the first round, but I think it's more like 1 tablespoon or 1.5. And really kind of a low calorie cookie, about 75 calories per cookie. So, all right, guys, please leave me a comment. Give me hopefully a thumbs up if you like cookies. And if you're not a subscriber, I hope you subscribe. I'd love to have you be a part of my Linda's Pantry peeps and enjoy the cooking, canning, gardening, and DIY projects that I do here on my channel. All right, bye. So guys, I hope you try this recipe. It is so good, and even though I didn't make as many as I wanted, I'm still enjoying them. I hope you'll subscribe, and I'll see you next time.